What we do with demons is we give them medicine and counseling. And the demons in America are pretty nice. Most of the time, they kind of hide out and mellow them out a little bit, and they behave themselves sort of so that they don't get in trouble. But boy, when you start addressing them, they rip things up. I was ministering to a guy one day, and I laid hands on him, and this thing manifested. And boy, the fight was on, and we were ministering to this guy for about a half hour. And finally, at the end, this thing came off the back of his head, went down his back, ran across the floor, and went out under a door. And this thing is about this big. And I looked at that, and I thought, you have got to be kidding. All that trouble over that stupid little thing? Give me a break. And the Lord reminded me of a cartoon I saw many, many years ago. In this cartoon was a little village of mice. And every once in a while this big voice would come and just roar away. And all the little mice would run, make a run for it, and go to their houses and be just terrorized. And one day, one of the little mice went over to this curtain and pulled it back, only to discover all those years of running from that terrorizing voice. And all it was one of their little mice with a megaphone. The devil is just a little mouse with a megaphone.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got power, and he has no authority, and we do. We need to do our job. Church is ineffective these days because it lacks power. I'm so sick of listening to talk, and when it's all done, dismissed. Well, that isn't church. Church is where people get set free and people get equipped to do their job and people see the power of God at work. That's church. We have become pretty benign as a church, and it's about time we rally up and get to work.
Amen.
Mark chapter 16, verse 20 says Jesus, the disciples were at work, and Jesus confirmed his word with signs and wonders. He confirmed his word. Say that, confirmed.
Confirmed
his word. That means he verified it. In Hebrews chapter 2, verse 3, it said, and Jesus confirmed his word with signs and wonders. In John 14, 12, he said, the works that I do shall you do also, and greater works shall you do, because I go to the Father. Church, we need to get to work.
Amen.
We need to quit talking and start doing. When we say God can heal the sick, heal them. Get to work. When we say God can deliver people from addiction, well, start praying for them and believe for them and watch it happen. I got delivered of alcoholism and drug addiction all in one day. And cigarettes too, they went all three. All three, one day. I went home, bagged up all my dope, bagged up all my alcohol, threw away the last half of a carton of cigarettes, and all went into a big black bag and went into the Lewis Street, the Skykomish River off the Lewis Street Bridge. And I've never touched the one since.
Amen.
God can deliver.
Yes, he can. That's
people.
right. Amen.
Oh yeah, we're all thinking about the guy shooting up dope and doing all. What about the person that's addicted to pornography? What about the person that's addicted to gossip? What about God, watch out now. What about the person that's addicted to food? You know, skinny people always do that, and it's terrible. I remember one time I was in a church that they had this big list of do's and don'ts. I don't know why they called it that, because there wasn't a do in them. It was all don'ts. And boy, you couldn't do anything and be okay. And so I got to preach. My pastor was stupid. He let me preach about 6 months into my salvation. And I was so ticked off with these people. I had lived in that town all my life, and I had never heard the gospel. And I got up and began to preach, and I said, where in the hell have you guys been? I've been in this town all my life, and I have never heard them. Where have you been? I'll bet you your town would say the same thing about you, mate.
Oh,
That
yeah.
witness is very nice, isn't it? But I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. We are ineffective because we don't do nothing.
That's right.
If the truth, the gospel's the truth, yeah? The gospel's the truth. If the truth can't be demonstrated, you just about got to wonder if it's the truth or not. I'm going to say that again because that's a little bit spooky. That's a scary statement right there. If the truth can't be demonstrated, you almost got to wonder if it's the truth.
That's right.
If you're a heathen, we get it. But what about the lost guy? Jesus used to go into towns, heal all the sick in town. First move out of the bag. First thing he did, heal all the sick. And then he'd preach. Why did he do that? So they'd listen. Why does people got to measure up to your standards before you pray for them? Just pray for them. He'll heal them, heathen or not.